We begin with a God birthed from the void, a God of evil. He rose from nothingness, crafting a world for him to reign over. His first act was to populate this world with lesser beings, designed to serve and worship him. Yet his thirst for power was insatiable. In his quest for greater satisfaction, he birthed demons, vile creatures tasked with tormenting and torturing his creations. He watched, relished even, as his creations writhed in agony, pleading for salvation. Salvation he would grant, but only to a select few, leaving the rest in perpetual wonder and anguish. This God reveled in the praises of his tormented creations, setting rules and standards he knew they would fail, only to unleash his wrath upon them. Heartless, cruel, and the embodiment of pure evil, this God reveled in the suffering he caused. Next, we encounter an ignorant God, dwelling in an empty void. This God created a world through unconscious actions, such as a simple blink. Yet this God remains oblivious to its own creation, uninterested and uncaring. The world could rise or fall with the mere thought or action of this God, and it wouldn't matter. Prayers fall on deaf ears, as the God neither knows nor cares for its creations. It is a God that cannot be judged or blamed, for it is unaware of the consequences of its actions. Finally, we turn to the indifferent God. Emerging from a void like its predecessors, this God created a world not out of desire, but boredom or perhaps reasons unknown. The beings of this world pray, worship, and plead, only to be met with apathy. This God remains aloof, refusing to intervene in the lives of its creations, indifferent to their pleas for salvation. As the world withers and dies, the God begins anew, caught in an eternal cycle of creation and destruction. It views its worlds as insignificant, ultimately doomed and thus unworthy of its attention. Each God, in their unique way, shapes the world they create, their actions or lack thereof leaving indelible marks on their creations. Whether it's the cruel God of evil, the oblivious God of ignorance, or the indifferent God, each presents a profound exploration of the relationship between the creator and the created. As we ponder these narratives, we are left with a question in the grand scheme of divine creation: where do we, the creations, truly stand?